So this is just a quick continuation from the previous video. I wanted to make sure that I didn't get cut off at the end, so I decided to split this into two parts. So if you see, there's things that we can see a lot of in this play, which is the light and dark imagery. So for example, we have what looks to be an innocent girl here, and then a guy with a mohawk. So at first glance, you would think one would represent good, one would represent bad. But then if you see the shadows here, it turns out that the scarier looking person would probably represents good, while the more innocent one looks bad or represents evil. So that's what something you can be able to do is you can be able to differentiate that. So when you see light and dark imagery, such as maybe the sun contrasting against the moon or a candle contrasting against the darkness of a tomb, then that's when you can kind of get a bigger sense of recurring structures and themes and ideas. I went backwards. Whoops. So here are some symbols that you might need to know, especially in terms of the Shakespearean time. So thumb biting is equivalent to flipping the bird, to giving someone the middle finger, or even cursing at you. So in Shakespearean times, if you bit your thumb at somebody, you're pretty much flipping them off. And then plants and poisons. So plants, herbs, poisons. They can be both good and bad. Some herbs help heal, while other herbs and other plants can act as a poison. The night, its darkness protects and hides the secret lovers, but bad things go down in the day. So it's kind of weird that you have that contrast where usually during the daytime everyone sees that as good because it's light outside, but usually in the night it kind of helps our main characters get away with what they have. So death, seen everywhere before it actually happens. It's seen in a sleeping Juliet, a climbing Romeo, and even a poisoned salesman. And finally, sex and death. Romeo and Juliet combines physical death and sexual climax. Intercourse leads to life, but not in this play. So pretty much what it's saying is that not necessarily the physical act itself, but the lust, the kind of feeling that they want, that they're kind of acting based on lust and not like genuine love, is kind of what leads to their death. So another reminder: remember, a tragic hero. A tragedy always has a tragic hero, and a tragic hero always has a tragic flaw, a trait in the hero of a tragedy that brings about his downfall. So this trait could be lack of self-knowledge, lack of judgment, or pride itself, similar to hubris, but not necessarily hubris in that vein, because with hubris, there's no time to react. You pretty much solidify yourself as kind of not the best person, whereas with a tragic flaw, you're still considered a hero, and you can still kind of accept what you've done and the consequences of it. So the tragic flaw is one that readers in the audience can identify within themselves, so that they can feel pity for the tragic hero. So think about this question as we read: do Romeo and Juliet have any tragic flaws or characteristics? So is their love or infatuation a tragic flaw, or is the world or fate too cruel for love this pure? So there's a good chance that you already have not a great answer, but you probably have a thorough and a very passionate answer over whether you think they are tragic heroes or if the world is just too cruel. So as we read forward with that, that's something I want you to keep in mind, is this question: like,